Greetings everyone, my name is Mark Niles and I work at HISD as a UIL program specialist, but I also serve as the Deputy Director of the Houston Urban Debate League. So we're putting this video together to really give you a little bit of help as you're filling out the Summer Institute application this year. I'm trying to answer some of the common questions that parents and students have, both about the Institute and about doing the application. So the main goal of the Institute is to provide students with tools and knowledge they need to be better debaters and also give them a head start on the upcoming debate season. So this year's Institute is taking place from Sunday, July 26th to Saturday, August 1st at the University of Houston, which is kind of near downtown Houston if you haven't been there before. There'll be opportunities for both experienced debaters and also new debaters. Experienced debaters who sign up will actually live on campus in the dorms at the University of Houston during this time. They can choose from 4 different debate instruction tracks. Those are cross-examination, world schools, public forum, and Lincoln Douglas. Now, in order to qualify for one of these experienced debater tracks, you must have competed in at least 3 huddle tournaments during the 2014-2015 school year. But if you didn't compete in at least 3 tournaments last year, that's okay, because that means you will be automatically placed in the general track. Now, the general track is a great place for new debaters. It teaches debate skills that can be applied to all debate formats, how to build an argument, what is clash, things like that. So the general track is great. The experienced debaters, as I said before, are staying in the dorms. The debaters in the general track will be commuters during the camp. They'll show up each morning, go to their classes, and then at the end of the day, their parents or guardians will pick them up and take them home. So during camp, all the food will be provided, but I know people get hungry, so I do recommend bringing some snacks in your backpack, bringing maybe a few bottles of water or whatever you like to drink with you between the food and the normal meal times that we do provide. So that's a real quick overview of the camp. If you have more questions, let us know. But now let's get on to the application process, because that's what you really want to know about. So this year's application process is an online application. It's kind of like taking a survey. You click on a link, answer a bunch of questions, provide certain things, and that's how you do your application. But before you begin your application, I recommend having completed 3 forms, which you can find here on this website. The forms are the permission for medical care form, the code of conduct form, and the student media consent and release form. Now, these forms are very important because you cannot attend camp unless they're completed. You need to print these forms out. These are not forms you can complete on your computer. And the reason you need to print them out is because we need physical signatures from your parent or guardian. And you can't do that on your computer. So you have to print these forms out and have someone sign them, then either scan them or somehow make them an image, because we're going to be asking you to attach these forms at the end of the application. The medical care form is very important. It looks like this. If something happens at camp, accidents happen, but we got to be prepared. We need that form. One of the forms is the code of conduct form. We need that because we have rules and we need you to agree that you're going to follow those rules. And finally, we like to take pictures at camp, so we need you to sign the media release form that lets us use those pictures for things. We're going to want to show people what a great experience the camp was. So just have those ready before you start the application. Students will also need to provide a picture at the end of the application, so make sure you have one of those handy before you start so you can easily find it on your computer so you can upload it. So when you're filling out the application, we're going to ask you a bunch of questions, and please provide as much information and as detailed as you can. We want as much contact information for you as you can give us. If you have multiple phone numbers, just don't give us one. Give us all the phone numbers you can. We're going to be trying to contact you before camp. If something comes up and we need to contact you during camp, we want as many areas of contact as possible. This information should be accurate, both for contact information and the student's debate experience. We'll be using this information to decide where your student should be within the debate camp and what level of experience and what type of classroom environment they should be in. We're also going to be asking for the driver's license number of parents and guardians that are approved to pick up the students going at camp. If a student has to leave camp in the middle of things, we're going to make sure it's someone who is approved on this list. So take the time to fill this out and make sure it's accurate, because it's going to be very important when camp is actually taking place. So when you finish this application and you submit it, it doesn't mean you are automatically accepted into camp. Once all applications are received, then we're going to go over all the information and decide what students we accept into camp. Now, in the past, we've been able to accept most students, and we probably will be again this year, but that's not always the case. So please don't think by submitting this application, you are automatically part of camp. You're going to have to wait for us to contact you back to tell you that you have been accepted. This is another reason why providing accurate information, contact information, and multiple ways to contact you is important. Because if we try to get in contact with you or the parent or guardian and tell you you're accepted into camp and you don't respond back to us, or the phone number doesn't work, you're going to lose your spot. So make sure you give us enough good contact information to where we can give you more information when you're accepted into camp. So this concludes this video. I hope it answered some of your basic questions as you start getting ready for summer camp and doing this application. If you have any more, just go on this website and find who to contact, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. We're looking forward to seeing you at summer camp.